Hey everyone, so I only have about one weekend left to work on this. It's only Monday, I think, but I'm going to be going to UARI opening weekend at the end of the month, which is the last weekend in March. They have a little Jeep Expo there, and then the trails open that weekend, so I'm going to go out there camping for a couple of nights, do a test run, and actually have the Jeep configured as I would when I go on the road a couple of days later after that. So it'll give me a good idea of what I want to take out, what I want to change. But that's pretty much going to be it. So I have one weekend this week and next week. And there's some projects in there that are going to take me a good day to do in between there. So now's a good time while my Jeep's getting motor mounts installed to have the organization part of it done. So let me go over that with you. I'm not going to go over all my gear. I'm just going to give you an idea of what I'm looking at and what all has to fit in the Jeep. My challenge is that everything behind me will easily fit on the roof and in the back. But when I'm sleeping in it or when I'm in it during the day, I really don't want anything in the back to constrict me from moving around, which means that everything would then have to go up in the passenger seat or sit outside without the fear of getting stolen. And I'd rather not have anything sitting outside. So that's kind of my challenge, just because of how I want the Jeep to be when I'm actually technically like living in it. That's what I'm kind of going through now, but I'll show you all the gear, or a lot of the gear that I'm bringing. I'm not going to go through it all. I'm just going to breeze through it just to give you a general idea. All right, so to start with, I have these three containers which are going to go on the roof, and I think it's pretty much going to take up most of the roof space, a bit more than I thought they would. And they actually don't hold as much as I thought, but they're going to have to do. It's what I'm going to go with. This one here is going to be full of nothing but extra fluids. This one's going to go at the front of the Jeep, since I've already got so much weight in the back. And I have all these extra parts, and the idea is to have enough parts and fluids that if I get in a situation where I'm over 100 miles from a gas station or any amount of distance from help, I can try to fix simple fixes myself. I'm going to do a video on my other YouTube channel about all these components, and even ask for some suggestions on what else I should bring. This one here will have the heater when it's not in use, plus all my extra clothes. I'm going to have cold and warm weather gear. As far as clothing goes, so I'm going to have to be pretty careful about what I select there. I've got the space bags, so hopefully those will work, and I can save some space with those, and then I'll probably have an extra couple of sheets or blankets in there just in case. That container there is only going to be able to hold my full hatch shelter. It's like a sitting tent, if you will, and also my inflatable kayak when that shows up. That's pretty much going to be it that goes in there. All these containers here actually fit in the back, and then also up front in the driver's seat when I'm sleeping in the back. So that is all my regular camping gear. That includes cleanup stuff, paper plates, utensils, wipes, even some food items in there. I've got some propane canisters in there as well, and my camping stove. So that I use on a camping trip. I'm pretty happy with what's in there. I don't really think I need to add a whole lot, and there's actually room for other things, so those are coming in really useful. Back here I've got it was a nice gift from one of the guys at work. He gave me a solar charger for my phone, so that'll be great when I go out on hikes, and when I'm sitting around, then I can actually use the sun to charge my phone rather than my power packs. Those are first aid kits, one's to go and the others to keep in the Jeep. And then I'll have a couple of camping chairs, a 4-person tent. I'm bringing that because I want to be able to set up a tent in a campsite where I might not want to just stay with my Jeep, and that way the campsite will be secured while I'm away. And I can also stretch out in that if I want to. These two military surplus bags, that just came to me. I've had these for a while, and I decided I can hang these on the side of the roof rack. They're not that heavy. The one has my slim hatch cover in it, and the other is going to have my tent poles and hiking sticks and any other long items that I can stick in there. And I'm going to spray those down with Scotch Guard. They're not really all that susceptible to water as they are, because they're heavy canvas, but I'm going to go ahead and spray them anyway. And then the gas cans and the water cans. The water cans, I'm only going to keep one full at all time. at all times, and the other one I'm only going to fill when I'm out in the desert or out in areas where I'm going to be pretty far from civilization. And the gas cans, I'll only fill those up when I go out west as well, just because I don't plan on being anywhere where I'm going to need more than 5 gallons of gas, and I'll always have that full on the back of my Jeep. That container there, that's full of snacks, but I might have to come up with a better idea of how to put my snacks, maybe underneath the back seat area, where I've designed extra storage, because having that, I can't fit that up front, and I don't know if I want to keep that in the back. So these are just some of the things that are going through my head. This thing here, it's not a refrigerator, it's a cooler that does have a fan and actually keeps everything about 20 to 25 degrees cooler than the outside ambient temperature. I've tested it out, it works really great, but it is kind of bulky, and I haven't decided if I want to use this thing yet. So anyway, that's the bulk of what I'm bringing. The bike is coming, I've decided. That's going to go on the back. I'm just going to mount that with a heavy-duty ratchet strap, and that'll keep it secure to the back of the vehicle. As far as other things go, everything else is pretty much small. I've got my table, which I just tuck away, and also some power packs and things of that nature. But this, I'd say, is probably 80% of all my stuff, and pretty much 90 to 95% of the bulk of what I'm bringing. So I need to get this figured out here shortly. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check out my other channel, and I'll provide another update hopefully within the next few days to a week.